Check out this headline. I picked this article mostly because of the headline. Emergency stimulus to soar above 1 trillion. Man, are we... I know you guys are really worried about how much are they putting into this stimulus. By the way, they've already given the banks more money than this, by the way. You never see those headlines in the news. Like, hey, we've given the banks trillions. But hey, guys, it's going to be over 1 trillion that we're giving to you poor plebs. Like, how? Who cares? Anyway, emergency stimulus to soar above 1 trillion. Isn't that terrible? Facing a warning of 20% unemployment. People might not be working. All right, so here's why I bring this article up, other than to make fun of the ridiculous headline. So now they do tell you, Tuesday morning, Treasury Department's unveil a package of $850 billion, more than $50 billion for the airline industry, $250 billion for small business support. By the way, that's through loans, and $500 billion for aid to individuals. So the Trump administration, this is the important part here. Trump administration, and by the way, this is unfolding in real time. Chances are by the end of this stream, we're going to know more. And again, if you have any updates in real time, leave them in the chat. The Trump administration is pushing to send direct payments to Americans in the next 2 weeks as huge parts of the economy shut down. Americans need cash now. Steve Mnuchin said that. Who's Steve Mnuchin? He's the guy who took a bunch of people's houses, and then Kamala Harris didn't prosecute him. That's who he is, by the way. Now, check this out. Democrats are pushing their own package of provisions that don't overlap entirely with the GOP pick. So Chuck Schumer, which, by the way, Chuck Schumer was tweeting yesterday about how small businesses can get loans. That's what Chuck Schumer, the left, by the way, Chuck Schumer, part of the alternative to the conservative party. He was talking about how small businesses can get loans, and that's their stimulus. Because that's the first thing on your mind. Man, I don't know where my next paycheck's coming from. My business isn't getting anyone in the door. I'm worried about my livelihood. I'm worried about my family. I'm worried about our health. I'm worried about my family's health. I'm worried about the world at large. I should go into debt. I should take on debt. They're going to give you loans. Oh, wait. The interest is going to be low. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Please hand out the banks all kinds of stuff. Bail out the airline industries, please. Bail them all out. And you're going to give me a low interest loan? Oh, thank you, sir. Can I have some more? All right, so here's their $750, including emergency aid for hospitals, and expanded unemployment insurance, more funds for small businesses. By the way, that means loans. Help with childcare, food assistance for seniors. So right now, oh, and by the way, another thing Trump did, here's something Trump actually did. And this is something we know for sure. Trump did this. Check this out. Trump orders HUD to suspend evictions and foreclosures. Did you hear that cat out there? Lucy, is that your friend? You guys hear? There's a really loud cat down below. I don't know if you guys could hear it. But I don't know, maybe Lucy's... So Trump orders HUD to suspend evictions and foreclosures. So right now, the Trump administration, and there he goes. He's like, we're going to suspend the foreclosures. They're going to be the best foreclosure suspension. You can't get foreclosed on. Look at Mike Pence. He's standing next to a woman. I wonder if he's coming in his pants. He's standing next to a woman. I don't know if that woman is his wife. Maybe it is. I don't even know. Mike Pence was standing. All right. So President Trump on Wednesday directed the Department of Housing and Urban Development to suspend evictions and foreclosures through April as Americans grapple with the fallout of the coronavirus. So, guys, our government, who is always looking out for our best interest, the Trump administration is open to the idea of sending an emergency stimulus, which it looks like we're going to need an emergency UBI. I mean, they're probably going to have to give us something. I don't know what it's going to be exactly. I would say expect the very least. And more is unfolding in real time. And again, if you know anything, please do leave information in the chat because stuff's unfolding in real time. But I would say expect the very least. Now, another thing that's happening. So the Trump administration, they're putting a halt on evictions and foreclosures. The other thing they're doing is wanting to put money directly into the hands of people. And Democrats are talking about small business loans. I mean, this is unbelievable. They're somehow, the establishment Democrats are somehow managing to make Trump smell like a rose in this scenario. Did you realize how insane that is? Trump, who was completely unprepared to handle anything like this, who has been a complete buffoon throughout this entire thing. Every time he talks, you're just like, wow, we're really on our own. Meanwhile, they're talking about putting money in people's pockets and, having a stall on evictions and foreclosures. Well, the Democrats are talking about small business loans. This is the corrupt blind leading the corrupt blind. And by the way, if Trump does order an emergency UBI, which I think he needs to, I'm hoping that happens. It needs to happen. If that does happen, he's probably going to get reelected. And, if Biden's the nominee, which things aren't looking good, which we're going to get into that in a second. If Biden's the nominee, Trump's pretty much guaranteed to win anyway. But man, all right, so let's look at some of this. All right, so President Trump directed the Department of Housing and Urban Development to suspend evictions and foreclosures through April as Americans grapple with the fallout of the coronavirus. The Department of Housing is providing immediate relief to renters and homeowners by suspending all foreclosures and evictions until the end of April. So there you go. So that's happening. They're looking into an emergency fund, emergency stimulus, and we'll see what the details are of all that. Right now, we're still waiting. But and again, if you're a small business, you can get a loan. Don't forget, you can get a loan. Lucky you. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your